Hey guys, long time no talk, chat, whatever. I will be back into making the movies, so I might as well keep a log of my next project. Now, my next project will be actually quite an interesting one. I will be making the intro to Griever TV. Griever, great guy, does so much for the Oz Fortress, the Oceania TF2 community, and I thought that, you have to give something back to him, so I'm going to be making him an intro, and he doesn't know I'm making these tutorials, but, my thought is that while I make this movie, my actual initial thought was that I'm going to be making an intro that I was about to use for a Team Frag movie. I actually wanted that to be the intro to one of those, but unfortunately I am too busy to make a whole Team Frag movie. So I just decided to use that intro to make Griever's intro to all his podcasts. So make sure you check him out. What I'm going to be doing, so make sure you check out his Twitch, his YouTube, his everything, because it's awesome, and support Griever TV and Oz Fortress TV. Oz Fortress, not Oz Fortress TV. Okay, so now that we got all that out of the way, I want to tell all you guys about what I'm going to be planning. So this is going to be something different. I am going to be logging every single hour that I do and I spend on this project. So it's going to be insanely boring, but it could be educational. So because I had initially wanted to actually make this. Okay, so let me say. What I always do with all my movies is that I come up with this kind of crazy idea at the start of during the movie, and then I kind of develop it, and then right at the end, there's kind of this extra effect. You kind of notice it. Let's see if I can find all my movies. My first movie, where is it? I can't find my first movie. There are too many movies here. Here we go. So I have Team Down, my first kind of TF2 frag movie, and during this movie I was learning how to smooth and all that, and it's pretty cool. Now during this process I'd actually come up with this funky idea of here, let's see you see that? I'm sure you can all recognize that green screen transition into a different weapon, and we all know that is what leads into Continuum. And then from Continuum I found some effects to make Project Drawn, and from Project Drawn so where's Project Drawn, my shunned baby of a frag movie. Here we go. So during this I had found this effect. Here we go. This kind of wireframe effect. And then, we all know what that wireframe effect leads to. You got it right, YZ50. So, now that I have the wire effect in YZ50, during the YZ50 movie, I kind of thought up of this extra concept, and that is seen right at the end of the movie, as you can see here, in which when they cap it out, everything turns the opposite color. So that is going to be the concept for my movie this time. So now you can see how my brain works. So sweet. I got the permission from Griever to make his intro. So bam, let's start the project. I was planning on making this in the normal TF2, but then I decided, hey, I got Source Filmmaker. So that's right, I'm going to be learning how to use Source Filmmaker during this as well, so you can join along while I kind of fiddle around with Source Filmmaker, and I'll go through all the mistakes and you can kind of follow along, and then I'll teach you guys as much as I can while I'm learning at the same time. So, first session, first tutorial right now. What I had is I need a song for the intro, of course. So we all know that I'm terrible with song choices, so I always just chuck it back to my client. So I gave it to Griever. Now the problem with the GTV is that you can't really use copyright songs, so we found this kick-ass song here, Vanilla Sky. So he gave me the song. It is 4.5 minutes long, and I'm only going to be making a 30 to 40 second intro. So what that means is that I need to kind of truncate this song. So right now I'm just going to show you how I think, when I'm kind of got the song going on, and we'll listen to it and kind of go through it, not all of it, but I'll show you what I did to make the condensed version. So let's start off Vanilla Sky. I should probably check who it's made by. Vanilla Sky. Do I have it? Vanilla Sky. No, I'll find out later. So we have Vanilla Sky. Let's listen to it. So this is what thoughts are going through my head. Soft intro, pretty good. Pretty long, so I don't want too much of that. Pretty good build up, and then some pretty cool beats now. You got the regular kind of beats. It's kind of just going, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've already reached 40 seconds, so obviously I can't use this 40 seconds. So let's see what else this song has for me. I can hear kind of a build up coming along. So we got this climax I'm assuming we're going to reach. And then... Alright. Alright. Sounds alright. So... Bam! Okay. So, obviously, this is too long. I mean, it's repetitive, so it's tough to work with, which is good. So let's keep on listening to see if there's some sort of outro I could use. Alright, sweet. Okay, got lyrics. Okay, that's enough. I think lyrics probably aren't the best, so as in like for an intro. So what we're going to be using is we're going to be using this first 1.5 minutes of the clip. So let's get rid of that. So what we have is a build-up section, as you can see from the waveform here, and then we have kind of so that's kind of the intro, and then we kind of got this build-up phase, and then we're going to kind of we got the climax, and then we got the outro. Now, what I have is 1 minute and 36 seconds, but I want it to be 40 seconds. So let's look at this first part. So it goes that, boom. So that's the same, and then so that's all the same. So really, we can just cut that, and that's a pretty good start. Okay, so we got a good intro. It's short and gets to the point. Now we got this kind of part. So let's just pick up the beats. Pressing M, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like to do this manually so I know what's going on. And you get the feel for the song as well. Alright. And then it goes into the drop the bass. Okay. So we got 12 segments, as I'd like to say, that I ideally want to condense down to, say, 15 or 20 seconds. So all of these start off with that kind of bass kind of start. So we can actually just kind of we can just cut them all up and kind of stick them around and see how it goes. So if I were to cut this and cut this, and I move this back, since they're all kind of pretty even in how everything is, and I kind of section them off, right? See? It's pretty much the same going on. So I can cut out like this, and the transition, yeah, so you kind of got that transition. It's still the same. What I can do is, if I were to get rid of this, I can chuck this here. And so we got from the start, and then it goes into kind of see, now we got that kind of build up tune in the back as well. But it's all still synced, right? And then we got and the amazing thing is, this dubsteppy part, it's also cordoned out, segmented off, the same as the beats that I kind of already laid out. So really, look, I can just go get rid of this, and bam, that's it. See? There we go. I'll make an outro here. Hey, beauty. So, we've cut that down to 48 seconds. Still a bit long. I could mess around with it, but look, we cut them all out, and we've kind of, the transitions are all the same because we kind of cut them all off at the right beats. So let's kind of give it a listen. Okay, so we've got that small intro, a bit of a build up. Now it starts with the regular beats. So this is the transition. You barely notice it, can you? To the sweet. So that's what we got. It's perfect. So this is the one I actually prepared earlier. It's just a bit shorter, 41 seconds. It's pretty much the exact same process. So now that we have the song, we can move on. Now we can just kind of, I've been working on this for a few days now, and I've just kind of had this tune in my mind and just kind of imagining it in my head. So considering that I'm going to be using this kind of color changing kind of style, it's going to be, I'm laying out what my storyboard's kind of like. It's going to be the blue team kind of moves. Wait, so let me just think. Kind of random fade into the blue team spawning in spawn, and then this is when they roll out into granary blast, kind of slow-mo explosions and all that crap. And then this build-up is when they're having a fight in the middle, and then they cap. Wait, do they cap now? I think they'll cap now, and then everything turns blue. Then we change map, Badlands, everything changes blue when they cap out last, and then everything changes to blue when they cap gravel pit, and then bam, Griever TV. Right, bam, look at that. That's pretty sweet. So that's what I have in my mind. All I need to do now is learn how to use Source Filmmaker. Pull all that. Initially, I'd have to hire out friends to act, and then I record that as a demo, and then I'd smooth. But now I can do everything in Source Filmmaker, so I can do everything independently. So that will be for a later time. I shall cut this tutorial off now. I hope some of you guys enjoy this. And I hope you guys keep on following my progress. Once again, follow OzFortress, the hub for TF2, in Australia and New Zealand. That's NZ Fortress, and there's Asia Fortress as well, to which Griever TV covers everything. So chuck them a visit, because they're awesome. And chuck my YouTube a visit, because I'll be hopefully making this. I'll finish it in the next 3 weeks. So yes,